Welcome back, everybody. Once again, this is Roger Eastlick with Business Website CEO.com. In this last and what I think is going to be the final video of the how to set up an awesome website with the Parallax Genesis child theme, we are going to show you how to use media queries um, to kind of piggyback on the media queries that are already in the Genesis theme, to make it so that this sign-in box, this opt-in box that we created, looks good whether it's in a larger setting or whether it's in a larger screen size or a smaller screen size, whether it's on a phone, a tablet, or on the desktop. It'll adjust and be cool. Right now, as you can see, there's kind of problems as we go down. Then it doesn't want to be nice and go down below. It just wants to get all messed up here. So how do we fix that? Pretty easy, actually. We're going to use something called media queries, and media queries are basically the website's way of they're technically they are CSS rules, so that give your website basically the ability to query the browser and find out what the size of the screen is, what the resolution of the screen is, and then adjust the formatting and layout and everything to make it so it looks cool and looks good in whatever screen size is there. It's basically what media queries are. And we're going to use a couple media queries here. So what are we going to do? We are going to, first off, what we're going to do is say, okay, if, looks like we just used two of them. So what we're going to say is, we're going to go over here to our custom CSS file that we've been working with throughout the series. We're going to go down a couple lines, and I'm going to put in the comment media queries. Alright, now underneath that, what we're going to do is a media query looks kind of like this. It has its own line, and it has its own open and curly braces, and then it's almost like encapsulates the normal CSS. Alright, so this is what it's going to look like. It's going to be a @media only screen. And I'm not really going to explain anything more about media queries here. Just sort of trust that this is dealing with what it's going to look like on your screen. Media queries can also be used for print, but we're not going to get into that. And then we're going to open a parenthesis and say max dash width colon and then 768 pixels px. Close parentheses. We're going to give an open and a closed curly brackets. So let's go enter twice and come back up again. And what we want to do here is we basically want to say that what we're saying here is if the maximum width is 768 pixels. Okay, in other words, from 0 to 768 pixels, then basically what we're saying is this is what's going to take place. Okay, if it goes past 768 pixels, then it's no longer going to have any effect. So, for example, if you're looking at it on a desktop, then you won't worry about it anymore. But if it gets squeezed down below 768 pixels, which is kind of a tablet size, then this is what's going to happen. So what we're going to do is we're going to say footer widgets. Actually, what we can do is we can do some copy and paste to be faster. What we're going to do here is say we're going to grab the footer widget email. So I'm going to grab this, just the top line, right click copy, and I'm going to copy it right down and paste it right here. And it's got its own opening and closing footer. Of course, we need the open and closing curly brackets, so we're going to put those there. And what we want to say is we want a margin on the bottom to be 16 pixels. Okay. And the other thing we want to do is we want to change the width. So before we had that, 65%. Well, we want it to take up the whole width. So we're going to say width is going to be 100%. Okay, that's going to force that. That's basically going to force um, our email and our submit buttons off on separate lines, and so they're going to behave a lot better. Okay, and the other thing I want to do, there's one more thing we want to do, and that's if we want to take that submit button and basically do the same thing to it. So what that's going to look like is, again, what we can do is take this, copy and paste the submit line, first line, copy right there, paste this here, Control V to get that down there. Let's put an ending curly bracket on it, go back one, down two, and back up again. And now we're going to say width colon 100%. Okay, click on update file, and we're good to go. You're going to notice how kind of ugly this is. Normally you'd want this to be indented and stuff. It's hard to do like this, but when we go ahead and refresh the page, let's see what happens. Okay, so that gets there pretty close, doesn't it? That we want this to be width of input. So let's see what we did here, because that's obviously not working there. Width of 100% here doesn't work. Let's see here. Alright, let's see what we did, because I obviously did something wrong. Oh, okay, so I put 100, right? You have to be 100%. Alright, click on update. And there we go. Now we've got this to the point where when it's small like this, you can see at the top right hand corner where it says 836, 840 right now by 1019, so that's the width of it. So so you notice that what happens is only if it goes down here below 760, 758, we've got that kicked in. And well, let's see what we got here. So we keep going out and keep going out, and now we've got it down below. So it really kicks in at about 1400. It's kicking in at about 1335. Alright, so let's see what we're doing wrong here. And now we'll have to do this again, I guess. And maximum width is 768. See what the other one does. See what my that one kicks in at about, no, okay, it's still there. That one kicks in at 768 like it's supposed to. So let's see what we did wrong here. So let's see what it's doing here. What is media only, screen and max width 768 pixels. Well, we got two submits. This is the problem. Okay, so I was a little bit confused about this, but the deal is that this is, if what we need to do is I need to make the screen normal size. So now it's a normal size over here on the left. And now if what we do is if we go over it, if we push in the upper right hand corner, you can see it's coming down 1022, 1010, 1900 pixels all the way down to, scroll back up so we can see it. So it's side by side still. And what we're expecting is at 768 or 767, this is going to change from being side by side to being on top. So there's 749, there's 755, there's 760, 61, 767, and then 770, and we're side by side. We go back down below, down to 753, and it's up on top. So this has been how to set up and make an awesome website with the Parallax child theme for Genesis. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please, if you do, please let me know. Um, Thanks for watching and have a great day. If you found this video useful, please like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, and other social media. Thanks.